So I'm hitting record right now, guys. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the call. I'm super excited about today. I know that you guys are just excited too. We have the rock star Tara Malone on the call. Woohoo! I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all have no idea. So I was telling her earlier, I was like fangirling. So I joined Plexus in the end of February. My name's Jessica McCormick, and I'm a Gold Ambassador. It says I'm Jana Garcia. I just use her account. But I'm a Gold Ambassador, and I joined, and I just kind of jumped into tons of people's groups and saw tons of people posting. And right away, man, there was this one, and her name was Tara, and she was just going to town and ranking up like crazy. And every time I saw, I was like, congratulations, you're gold. Congratulations, you're Sarah Gold. Congratulations, you're Ruby. And I'm like, okay, time out. I need to follow this chick. And so she is just amazing. And so I started following her, and I didn't know I'd have her on my call. I'm so excited. I was at Leaders Retreat, and I passed her, and I said hi. She didn't know who I was. I was a zombie. But I passed her, and I was like, hi. She's like, she didn't know me. And then I went to Jana. I said, okay, so I want to ask Tara Malone to be on my call. Do you think she'll be on my call? She goes, I don't know. Let's ask her. And so she calls her over, and we ask her, and you guys, long story short, she said yes, and she's fabulous, and I'm so excited to have her on. So I'm going to let her start real quick. Tara, tell us when you joined and what rank you are.
Okay. Hi. Before I even start, I just want to say I'm absolutely humbled. I just feel honored that Jessica even stopped and asked me to be a part of this. And everything I'm sharing tonight is because I'm doing exactly, and I have done, and you're doing the right thing right now, is whether you're listening to this on another day or you're on live, is getting on calls and learning from leaders. So everything I'm going to share with you is not something that I came up with. I've learned along the way, kind of tweaked it to make it my own. So you're absolutely 100% in the right direction. And I thank you for having me on this call. I hope you get something out of this and you walk away feeling inspired, motivated. So I started July 28th, 2014 as an ambassador. I signed on. And for the first few months, I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I kept posting things I knew that was very important, and Super Saturday was huge for me. So it's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I highly, highly suggest that you go, because when I went to Super Saturday last January 9th, or whenever it was, I was silver. I had a little bit more than 3 people. I might have had like 10, maybe 10 people underneath me, but I listened to Angie and Helen. That's who was up in Albany. And after listening to them, I drew a line in the sand, and I said, this is going to happen. I'm on Long Island, and I said, I want to be the first emerald on Long Island. Like I just drew the line in the sand, and I walked away saying, I'm going to be gold at the end of the month. I just left knowing that was going to happen, and it came true. January, I think 25th-ish, it was like right before my 6-month anniversary, I went gold. And then by March, I was senior gold. And then I hit Ruby right before my 1-year anniversary. So I'm like points away from senior Ruby. I'm very excited. And I'm in the process of making my dreams come true. Once you draw that line in the sand, I think that's when magic will start happening for you. So if you didn't, or you're not sure, should I go to Super Saturday? Find a Super Saturday near you and go there. I promise you, it will be life-changing, and you're going to walk away with great tools and total inspiration to make this your business and grow it.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. You have to go. I didn't go last year. I wasn't in. But I mean, I'm right. Hey, you ranked up like while I was just joining, and you ranked up very, very quickly. And so you're going to be diamond and quickly. I can just see it. I'm chasing after you too. We're going to go together.
Let's power up.
All right. Let's go.
Let's do this.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk tonight about customers. Customers are so important. It's so important to have customers. And a little birdie named Jana told me that the person who needs to talk about customers and how to flip them and how to get them and how to flip them is Tara. And so that is why we're doing that tonight, and that's why we have her on. So we're going to talk about steps to get new customers first. All right, so we want to use social media, right? So she talked about she just got on in the very beginning and she was just posting. So Facebook is huge. So when that light flipped on for you after Super Saturday, what changed in your use of social media?
Well, when I first started, I knew about Plexus because I was on my sponsors page. So I knew that was important. So once I signed on, I made my own group page, and I kind of just started posting informational things, you know, motivation, positive things, product information. I think once I left Super Saturday, it almost gave me, and it's huge, belief in the company. And it gave me courage to start posting even on my regular personal wall every once in a while, to start letting people know what's going on. I spend time on Facebook. I know it can be wastebook, but I feel like I use it in a positive way. What we're doing is we need to build relationships with people. So when I'm on Facebook, I'm looking to comment to somebody. You know, if you think of something, if you're scrolling through your friends' pictures of their children or whatever they're doing, or a funny comment, if you took the time to read it and think something, comment. Because you're out there, you're posting your posts on Facebook, you're telling people about Plexus, and you are learning about people, but let them know that you're there. I think it's very important, if you're stopping to read a post or something catches your eye, don't just like it, because you can get 8 million likes and you don't know who's doing it. You're not going to remember who liked your picture, but you are going to remember the person that said, oh my God, your kids are getting so big. How cute are they? And I know when people do that, like, oh, that person's watching what I'm doing. So I think that's very important. So when you're on Facebook, whether they're in your group or not, it's very important to build relationships. Please comment on people, because think about it. You know how you feel when someone comments on, you know, a picture of you and your husband in a, you know, out to dinner, or congratulations, you finally got a date night. I mean, people know that you are paying attention to their lives. Besides building relationships, I spend time on Facebook. People are screaming every single day for Plexus products. They're actually begging on hands and knees for Plexus products. If you're reading people's posts, you know, up again all night with the baby, how am I going to make it through the day? Or my allergies are killing me. I don't know how to spend, you know, I can't stand it anymore. I take those posts and I do two things with them. I will either go find a testimonial or some kind of product, knowing that someone's exhausted or someone has bad allergies or whatever ailment that they may have, and even financial things too. I'll post that in my group. I've also contacted people, letting them know, you know, I'm so sorry that you're suffering. I noticed that you did. I have some natural products that I've been taking, and I no longer am suffering. I haven't had any sinus infections since, you know, July. I'd love to talk to you more about it. So just be very aware of what people are posting, because it's going to help you build relationships and touch base with people.
That's perfect. And that's what I say. I know you said you haven't had a chance to watch my calls, but I say that all the time. You have to, I mean, you can't.
Go, girl.
I know, we're like the same. So you can't just go and like, you have to comment, and you have to be intentional. Otherwise it will be wasteful. You have to be intentional. You have to intentionally build those authentic relationships. Don't say their kids are cute if you don't think they're cute. I mean, let's be honest, say something different. Build an authentic relationship. And I think that's so important. And be intentional with building that authentic relationship. Be intentional with going to their page, finding something you can like and comment. Don't just like, comment. Don't scroll, like, scroll, like. You're not going to build you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time.
They just don't notice. I can't tell you how many people, when we were away at Leaders, people comment, liked Patrick and I dressed up as Batman and Joker. I have no idea who did, but I will remember comments there might have been like 6 or 7, but I know that people commented it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm just going to check something real quick. Yes. People are saying that they're not able to get on, but I have 72 people on, so I think that it's fine. So we'll just keep going. All right. So I think it's huge. You also said something, read their post. I think we have a tendency to move so fast. We want fast food. We want fast everything. We want something that's going to get us somewhere fast. And so we don't read everything. And it's so important that you actually read their post. That's part of building that intentional relationship and building that authentic relationship. You also said, let them know that you're there. And I can attest to someone who is a fence sitter, someone who says they want to join, someone who says, do not stop asking me. I have some people like that. Do not stop asking me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. They're just waiting on the right time. I've had so many people say that. And you know what? I comment on their things. And when I do, that's when they message me. And they're like, hey, Jess, okay, I'm in. Let's do it. And so you have to comment. You have to stay in front of their face, because out of sight, out of mind.
And it's not intentional. It's not intentional. Like you were saying, Jess, like people are busy and people have good intentions when they say, you know what, I'm going to, and life gets in the way. So just subtle hints of, I'm here, I'm still interested in your life. Like they're going to say, oh, thank you for taking a minute to touch base with me. It means a lot to people. They said it, leaders retreat too. You were there, Jessica. Everybody is a sign walking around saying like, make me feel important, make me feel special, you know, make me feel like I'm important to you, to the world. So once we do that, you're building relationships. That's where your customers are going to come from.
Absolutely. And I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. So many people are like, I don't want to follow up. But guess what, guys? They asked you first. They left that door open. And like you said, everybody's busy. You need to follow up. And that's a slide, so I won't get into that too much right now. But it's a slide, and it's so important that you need to communicate with them and stay in front of them. And you're right, it's not intentional, ignore. They do not know how awesome Plexus is.
Yes.
Not yet. They don't know how awesome the business plan is. Some of them don't know how awesome the products are. They don't know yet. And so it's not something that's in the forefront of their mind. It's always in ours because we know that they don't. And so it's like the junk mail, but you have something in that junk mail that there's a check in that junk mail that's $2,500 and they don't know it's sitting there, right? So they didn't open it. But if they picked up their junk mail and went through it and realized, hey, this is not junk, this is something that can really change my life, they'll do that. You just gotta kind of be patient. So anyways, side note. All right, so we use Facebook, your group page. Janet and I were talking last night about using your homepage a little more than what we've been using, and just really to post on your homepage. And it's important to not do your spammy, homepage. But I think it's huge to use your homepage and use it on a consistent basis. What about you, Tara? What do you think?
I agree. Because people are going to scroll and whatnot, but I think, for your homepage, you want to make it authentic. And like one of mine was, it was this little subtle hint. I put block in the middle of like pancakes and said, having pancakes for breakfast, and like hashtag grateful for block or something like that. Different things, like keep it authentic with your family and your life, not posting salesy kinds of things, because Plexus is a part of my life, honestly, and I want to share it with people. So when you're doing it in a way that it's with your family and helping you with your life, it's definitely, I highly recommend that.
Absolutely. It's important to post. And really right now, Plexus is not known by everybody, but it's getting to be known. And you don't want someone who is your really good friend or someone who is your family member that you're friends with on Facebook that you're distant to go with somebody else because they didn't know you sold it. So it needs to stay in the forefront of their mind. Hey, I share these amazing products, right? I hate to brag, but I sell Plexus. So we need to make sure we keep that in front of their minds. And if, like you said, it needs to be authentic, not salesy, not salesy, right. Not salesy. All
Like,
right.
no, like message me kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Oh gosh.
who I am and this is what I take.
Yeah, absolutely. And I put on here Instagram and not spammy. That's really for the younger generation. Millennials, a lot of them are going all the way Instagram. And so that and Periscope. So those are huge. I post straight from my Instagram to my Facebook when I post anything on my main wall. Almost 100% of the time I use that. So I'm using 2 different sets of social media to keep it all in the forefront. And again, not spammy. I'm going to post pictures of me and my family, or check in where I am. Like this morning, I checked in my pink drinks at the Red Oak. Here in Red Oak, we had our kids awards. My kids have all A's, yay! I have to brag. But so we had our awards, and my husband and I were sitting there, and our pink drinks were sitting there with my Plexus water bottle, and I said, "Hey, that's a photo op right there." So I checked in with our pictures. So, do that kind of thing and say, "Hey," I said, "Warning, hey, more pics to come," of the kids. And so things like that are great for Instagram. I don't use Twitter a whole lot, so that's just something I just really don't utilize. Periscope, I watch more than I know you were saying you watch. I watch Periscope. I haven't Periscoped a lot. I'm not brave enough. Something, I don't know, I can do these training calls and be live, but something about being live, I don't know. Something about it just makes me nervous.
You'll find something that you're going to want to share with everybody, and you'll do it. Absolutely.
I think I will eventually get brave enough to go for it in Periscope, but that's something I don't use a lot for that. And you were saying you watch too.
I'm grateful for Periscope. I love the fact that the Jewels are giving us training through them. I'm very grateful for it, but myself either, I haven't used it myself.
Yeah, me either, not really. All right, so social media is huge in helping you get customers. So we just talked in the beginning about events and how it's so important to go to events. So we're going to say yes. I put on here yes or no. Events are important. I don't know if you've had any online parties. I have. They've been very successful. In-person sip and sees. Those have been successful as well. So what do you think about events?
I think events are huge. My team has had online events and we've gotten some people out of it, but I think the biggest thing is getting out there and having sip and sees, having opportunity meetings close by, because these products are amazing. And when people see your excitement and your passion, you're hearing how it's helping you, they can't help but be drawn in and want to be a part of it. We have had a bunch of sip and sees, and they have all been extremely successful on my team. We've walked away with preferred customers and many ambassadors, just because when you sit and you hear and you can talk about it, we're kind of like in the land of technology at this point, and I am extremely grateful for it because my business has blossomed because of Facebook. I'm not downing it. But there's nothing like sitting down and talking to people face to face, asking their questions, talking about, people crave that, crave human contact. And I think that's enormous. If you are on this call and you have not hosted a sip and see, do one. Do it with just your closest friends and say, listen, I'm trying this out. I really want to practice speaking about these products that I'm so passionate about. Do you mind coming over and just letting me do this? I know that everybody on this call has at least 2 or 3 people that would be willing to let you sit and practice and do it and just get bigger and bigger and bigger. When I left Super Saturday, Jessica, and watching Angie and Helen speak, I left there saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be standing in front of a group of people in a hotel somewhere explaining to them how much Plexus has changed my life and made me feel amazing. And when I came back, I grabbed my team and I started at Panera, because Panera is free. You can rent out their little conference room for free. It's free for customers. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and go over there. And we started at Panera. We started at a small one in my town of Bohemia. And then there was a bigger one in West Babylon. And we got more and more people going. And someone would bring somebody. And I am telling you, if you have not gone to one yet, you're missing out, because getting a bunch of Plexus people together in one room is electrifying. The energy is incredible because you're with like-minded people that are out in this universe trying to make others feel better. There's really no better group of people that you want to hang out with.
Absolutely. And once they hear the testimonies, I mean,
Yes.
the life-changing products that we have and the life-changing business plan that we have at our fingertips, once you get somebody in front of you and they really, really get to hear about that, I've not had anybody turn away. I have to be honest. Every sip and see that I've done, that I've been a part of, somebody's gained a customer, somebody has gained an ambassador. We've had nobody really turn us and go, yeah, I'm still not interested. They buy in because they get it. They get that this is real, that this is real.
Yeah.
So did you have a consistent sip and see? It kind of sounded like you did, like one every Monday night.
We did not, but when we got back from Super Saturday, I kind of like tested the waters. I got whoever was around, the ambassadors on my team, I said, I need to share with you what I learned. So that kind of started with that. And then we built upon like sip and sees and informational meetings that way. But my first one that I did myself, sip and see, was I had people that I was close with. I had my closest friends. I had my mother. You know what I'm saying? People that I felt comfortable talking about, because you're going to stumble. Okay. You have to trip and fall and be okay with it. So when you trip and fall, do it in front of people that care about you. I don't suggest saying, all right, I'm going to have a sip and see with 25 people. Do it with a small group of people. Maybe one new person in there that hasn't heard Plexus, but the more you speak about it, the more you're going to feel comfortable, feel confident, and build even a bigger belief in our company. The more you speak about how wonderful we are, the bigger your belief is going to grow, the bigger you're going to become more bold, you're going to have more courage to go out and speak about it. So no, we did not have like an every Monday kind of thing, but one of the things I did with my team, some of my incentives over the year was host a sip and see and be entered for a raffle. And I would always offer my services to come and help them host it, just to get the team out there and give them the courage to do it. Some I've gone to, and I have ambassadors that are just amazing. They just wanted me there just to be there, and they're flying. And then I've had other ones that I kind of like co-hosted with, you know. But I strongly suggest that leaders do it with your team. They're going to learn. This is learning on the go. Is that good?
I love it. I'm like, how fast can I write things down? I don't know about the kids that are watching, but I'm like, how fast can I write these down? The more you share, the bigger your belief grows. Wow, that is so true. The more you talk about the amazing products, the amazing business plan, the bigger your belief grows. That's so true. And I like this to do the raffle for your team. I'm totally doing that. You're on my team. You're watching. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to do that. So I know one of you have a sip and see already planned, but come on, we need more. All right. So I think that's huge. I think that is so important to get the products and just to start, like you said, start small with people that love you and that you are like, okay, guys, I'm going to do this. Yes. I'm going to mess up some words, but I just want you guys to help me be better. And so can you come watch me? And then who knows, they could be your next rock star on your team.
Absolutely. It's a win-win situation. You're practicing and sharing, and there's no way you're leaving people are not leaving motivated or excited about what you're doing, even if you're stumbling over it, because your passion's going to come through. That's why I think online events are humongous, because you cannot help but show your passion to people.
It's true.
It's impossible.
It's true. I love it. Oh, I love it. So we get it, right? Everybody has to sip and see. I wrote it down. Host a sip and see. Host a sip and see. Write it down. Put it on your mirror, wherever you want to put it, and do it. Get it planned. Do it. All right. So that's a good way to get new customers. That's a good way to really get new ambassadors. That's a really good way to grow your business. And I think we alluded to this earlier. Follow up. Follow up. Follow up. Follow up. Honestly, I really think the hook, line, and sinker when you get them pulled in is in the follow-up. So if you're just throwing bait out and you're not following up, you're not going to get new customers. So I think it's so important to follow up. Don't you agree?
I agree. And I think there's just but we kind of touched on this earlier, Jessica, there are so many different ways to follow up, and you have it over here, and like how to communicate depending on where they are at this point, because maybe people are just interested in the products, or they're just liking your stuff on your page. Like that's where you're following up and letting them know that I'm around, I'm watching, I see what you're doing. When it says how much. So it depends on how long the person has been on the products too. You know, when you have a new customer, you really want to make sure, how are you feeling? I always use the words, what do you like best so far? I learned that a long time ago, because in your delivery, you're going to get a response that's more that you want. If you open up the door, be like, how you feeling? Their minds are going to wander, like, what am I feeling? I don't really know. Do I notice anything different? But if you give them, you're having them focus, what do you like best so far? And they're going to have to think about, all right, oh yeah, I did sleep much better last night, or I didn't grab for an extra cup of coffee. It kind of forces them to think that way. So I think using words like that helps customers really focus, because it is a really open-ended question. How you doing? I don't know, I guess. So, you know what I'm saying? So definitely spend a lot of time with your new customers, making sure they're taking the products properly. Are they drinking enough water? You know, especially with the triplex, you want them to start off slowly. You don't want them to just go gung-ho in it. How are you feeling? Do you feel like you need another one? Why don't you try it? And just kind of like you're coaching them along the way. And then as far as like people that are just, I have some customers that are extremely happy purchasing their bag of Slim each month and not responding to any of my, how are you doing? Or how you feeling? Or can I help you? Or there's people, and I think that was one of the most difficult things for me to just understand, that some people, I don't know if they're private or it's just not their thing, that they're not necessarily going to respond to you, but they're happy with the products. I don't know. Do you get that ever, Jessica? Like kind of like crickets when, how you feeling? Is there anything I can help you with? And there's just, you know that they saw it, but there's no response. And it's almost like you have to understand that people just have different personalities. And then you, I'm sure, all have customers that you're very actively engaged in, and they're sharing lots of different things with you. And those are more of the easy ones to manage, because you know they're looking for you for the advice, and which always makes you feel good and ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's huge I think they cue you too. I think especially new customers, if they're a new customer, they're going to cue you. They're going to say, hey, I'm gaining weight, or hey, this is what's going on, or hey, I still feel bloated, or I'm still having the same issues. Okay, we need to do a little bit of a product shift. Maybe you need to be on a different product. Maybe you need to take a little more at a different time. You get to kind of troubleshoot with them, and you'll know, okay, that person I've got to follow up with in the next 3 days, 4 days to see how they're doing. How's the new regimen going? How do you feel now? You know, not how do you feel, but what's going on now? Because, you know, has any of those symptoms changed? And still know really when to follow up with new customers. What about people who are on the fence? What about your fence sitters? The people who are asking, who have asked a bazillion times. And I had this one lady who, I mean, I know we could all go on the one lady stories, right? I mean, we could be here all night. But, okay, so I have this one who keeps telling me she wants to do it. And then she says she's going to do it that night. Yes. And I'm like, so excited she's going to do it tonight. Yeah, she didn't do it. So you're just like, okay, so when and how much do you follow up with those people who have really kind of left that door wide open? What do you do?
It's so funny because I can throw a customer and ambassador at this point. I have actually had one lady that's following me since the very beginning. And every once in a while, she pops in and will say something like, I know I keep asking, and I know I keep telling you, and I keep this and this and this. One of the things that I heard on one of the calls that I really liked on Periscope was, when you message them something new information, like whether it's a deal that just came up or a new product that came out. And that's kind of how I almost keep the door of information open for customers, because I have plenty of people that say, oh, I really want to try it, and then they never order. So I'll be like, oh, just thinking about you. I've sent them testimonies because I know what ailments they have. And I will even message them, be like, I saw this and it spoke to me because this reminds me of you and our conversations that we've had. And to be honest with you, she hasn't still purchased this, again, one lady. And she may or may not, but I think it's very important that whether someone's buying from you or not, that you still build that relationship. You know, you're going to be kind and you just keep helping them in any way that you can, and just let them know that you're thinking of them at some point. And maybe she will become a customer, or maybe she'll send you somebody because you have been thinking about them, and they'll hear, oh my God, I know my friend Tara, she posted something about that. Why don't you contact her? You just never know where this is going to lead, and just always have a positive response and message with whomever you're speaking to, because you never know where that's going to take you down the road. I do have ambassadors too. I've had many ladies that have said that they're going to, but one lady that came over and I sat with her and our children played and we talked and she was very excited, and this was over the summer and she hasn't signed on yet. I messaged her about a deal I was having for new ambassadors, and she said, it sounds great, but I'm not ready yet. I just saw her at dance the other day and she's like, I really need to sit down and talk to you because I'm still very interested. So at some point during the week, I'm going to say, you know what? I've been thinking about you. I know the school year will start off really crazy. I'm hoping that we can get together soon so you can start, doing your business. It almost is like you kind of have to, know them, their relationship. So I don't think there's like a cookie cutter, how often do I talk to somebody? It's really based on your relationship, how close you are with the person, what you know about them, and kind of touch base. I just wouldn't stop communication altogether. Just decide, is it, a monthly thing? Is it something that I want to touch base, on a weekly basis, depending on your conversation? You just have to use that kind of your intuitive skills to know, am I pushing too much? Because you know best, your relationship best with that person.
Yeah, and I put on here, like, how do you communicate, which way, phone, call, text, IM, and I think that goes back to,
yes,
you know who you communicate with by text, and yes. I have one lady who, again, we could have this all night, right? So who I am, and she doesn't answer, but if I text, she answers. And so yes. You'll just kind of learn how you can talk to someone, when is best. And I love that. I heard that too on Periscope about always share something new. Yes. Honestly, sometimes it's not even plexus. Sometimes I'll see them post something and they're really having a hard day, or they're having a hard time, or they needed prayer for something. And so I'll instant message them instead of commenting. I'll instant message them and really tell them, hey, I saw this I saw your post. I just want to let you know I'm praying for you. If you need anything, let me know. Or, be genuine, be authentic, do what you would normally say. And, the truth is, God's timing is perfect for every single person that's supposed to be in your business. His timing is perfect, and you do not, I love God, sorry, y'all, and you do not want any other kind of timing. You don't want some other kind of timing. You want him to help grow your business. And so that's something I remember. And I always remember, I'm going to pray for those people, and I'm going to encourage those people as much as I possibly can, whether they join my team, whether they order these products that could change their lives, right? We know that they need them. And whether they do it or not, I'll go buy them all and hand them to them if I could, but, can't. So, right? But know that they need them. And I just pray that God opens their eyes and their ears, and that one day they realize, hey, I do need this. Hey, I do need this. And in his timing. And so, sorry, we threw.
No, I have to be honest with you. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with it happens for a reason, and it happens when it's supposed to happen. You're there to kind of, you're helping and you're communicating, but people have their own agenda for whatever reason. Everybody has their own agenda. And as long as you stay authentic, as long as your relationship is pure, they will come when they are ready. I full-heartedly believe that. I really do.
I agree with you 1,000%. I mean, I really do. I think that the authentic is important. The genuine is important. You have to be real. And if you're real and you're authentic, sometimes I'm way too real, guys. Sorry. But I mean, like, way too real. But I think you have to be. Sometimes you have to just be, hey, I'm not always perfect and put together and cute. Sometimes I'm really, really yucky. This morning in the school line, oh gosh, y'all don't even want to know. So you have to really be honest, and you have to be authentic, and you have to be real, and then they will come.
I agree.
I agree. I love it. All right. So I think we touched on all of these things. So we're going to go. I'm so excited about this part. Okay. Ready, set, flip. We're going to talk about flipping them to ambassadors, guys. So I really did flip all mine to ambassadors as well. So we're flip experts here on the call. So that's what we're going to call us, right, Tara?
Yes.
I've heard Tara is a flip expert, has really been good about flipping. So I want to pick your brain about flipping.
I have to. Okay.
When? Go. What do you have to do? When do you flip?
So when to flip? Again, this is all, you need to go with your gut a little bit. You need to go with your gut, because obviously your most happy customers are going to make your best ambassadors for sure. You clearly want to try to do it before the 3-month mark, but some people, I have one ambassador I love dearly. She might be even on the call, but she was a preferred customer for quite some time. And there was many, many times that I'm like, so you really love the product, and you kind of guide them and explain to them you would be great at this, and nope, not timing. So you share with them. But I have to say, what really catapulted my business was advice. Now, I don't know if everybody read the Multi-Level Marketing Colors book. If you haven't, I highly suggest it, because this will help you with your flip time. I'm saying read flip time, because everybody is doing something for different reasons. I am a true-hearted yellow, 1,000,000%. Okay. I didn't understand the comp plan until maybe 8 months into my journey as an ambassador, because it wasn't important. I know that sounds bad to me and my life. That's who I am. So for me, just getting out there, making people feel good, to make them feel better, and helping people, that's just how I thought everybody did things. And my husband laughs at me all the time. He's like, Tara, you know that everybody's not like you, right? Like, not everybody is like that. And for me, I'm like, but everybody should be kind. Like, Cinderella, be kind, have courage, like, just be nice. Like, not everybody's like that, and that's okay. So I needed to realize that there's other people that not necessarily want to just help the world be better. And the financial aspect is something that is huge for a lot of people. And let me just flat out say, I needed the money, and I love the money, and it's helping me in ginormous ways that I never dreamt possible. But in the scheme of importance, that's not why I did this. So I'm just going to preface that I'm very grateful for the comp plan now, and I do understand it. But in the beginning, that's not what it was. So for me to flip customers, my sell of like, you can help the world is not going to, people are not going to buy into that. It's just not. So I had a wonderful Sapphire ambassador, Erin O'Keefe, I'm going to throw you there. She sat down and explained this to me. Love you, girl. That I need to be real and explain to people how much I am making. Because for some people, that is a priority. For some people, that is hook, line, and sinker. And that was very important for me to realize. That was a huge, massive changing point. Because when she and I sat down and had a conversation to say, what you're making monthly is going and can change people's life. And I never looked at it that way. So when I sat down and I thought, okay, now I'm going to talk about money, which is very uncomfortable for me personally, and explain to them, I took out my pen and paper and I sat down with how much they've been purchasing from me. And I explained to them the discount they would get if they were a wholesale ambassador and all of this. And Do you know that I got like I flipped 14 people in like that. And it was almost like she gave me like a magic wand. I'm like, oh my God, I'm speaking a language that I might not understand very well, but clearly a lot of people that have been purchasing from me do. So I think, or actually I know very well, that in order to flip ambassadors, you need to kind of know what makes them tick, because that is so much, it changed my life. So if you have not read the colors of multi-level marketing, get that, because that will help you flip. And your friends, you know which friends are after reading it. You're going to be able to say, oh my God, she's such a blue. Or what color are you, Jess?
I'm red.
Are you?
I'm red. I joined for the business.
See?
I joined for the business plan. Once I found out, I had done multi-level marketing before, unsuccessfully. And once I found out these are products people have to buy every month, and I met Jana, who makes a lot of money. And yeah, I'm like, heard her story. I said, okay, I'm in 1,000%. Hadn't even heard about the product when I decided that I'm red.
So there are so many different colors, and if you can figure out, besides you, my personal philosophy is I really truly want you to be a customer first. I really do. I want you to try the products first, because then you genuinely love it. Unless you're red and you're into the business thing. But for me, I very, very, very rarely will sign somebody just as an ambassador. And the ones, knock on wood, that have signed do love the products and they stay with it. But to get to flip your customers, I think you need to know your customers. You need to know what makes them tick, because I still have people that are very happy, because I get it, crickets, very happy buying their products, and they're okay with that. They're okay with giving me their commission every month. So I haven't found what ticks those people, but I flipped a bunch, and I'm telling you, if you have not sat down and calculated out and write in black and white, in numbers, this is what you will save each month, I can guarantee you'll flip some customers, because that speaks to a lot of people.
It really does. And I think any color that you are, money's going to speak.
Right.
I think it's going to speak, especially because they're already taking the products. They love the things already. They're clearly really loving the products. So if you speak in money, that's going to speak. And I am red. I did join for the money, but I also, honestly, I'm yellow and blue as well. And so I want to help as many people as I possibly can. That's why I want to make the money. Can I be real? That's why I have the red in me, so that I can give on a higher level, that I'm a giver. I want to give as much as I possibly can. So that's why you have to have the money to be able to give it. Of course. Yeah. So I think I like this. I like this a lot, to know your color. It's important to know what color you are and what your strengths are, and to know that that's who you are, but to share based upon their color.
Yes, it's very important. And I think you learn from your other colors. You learn from, you have a whole bag of Skittles on your team, folks. Learn from them, because you are not going to reach a red person or a blue person or a green person like me unless I'm a yellow and someone says, listen, speak my language. You have great products. You're finding great success. And why are you not joining? It's because I was not speaking their language.
It's so good. My husband is a worship pastor, and he always says, you know what? Just because I'm standing up here, I have the title, doesn't mean that you can't hear from God either. And it's true. It doesn't mean that they're not that fantastic leader that you're the leader of the team, but that doesn't mean you don't have those leaders on your team that you can utilize and that you can learn from. I think you can learn from everybody around you, and they have gold sitting right there. And if you're not mining it, that's your problem. But so you need to be mining that gold because they're right there in front of you. And if you're trying to hold everything in your basket, you can't. You can't. You have to use the people that God put around you to really grow personally and to grow your business. I love that.
Absolutely.
All right. So we kind of covered almost all of these. So here's one of my big ones.
Okay.
With any that became active ambassadors, or are they all wholesale?
I do have some because, and talk about flip time, and I'm sure you had this, and I'm just going to say this, even though I think this is common sense. I have people that are like, oh, I'm going to send my friend to you because they really like the product. And it's like, no, you need to do it. So I've been lucky enough to have some people that have flipped, that have asked their mother or their sister, to, people in their close circle. Even if they sign up as a wholesale ambassador or someone that I flipped, I always add them to my group, my team page, because I feel like on my team page, we're talking about the business. They're seeing the ambassadors working together. They're having the opportunity to learn about these products and say, oh my gosh, look what's going on here. And sometimes they get bit by the pink bug. I'm not going to lie. I do have a handful of ambassadors that are very happy purchasing for themselves and their husbands, but I do, because Plexus is so contagious. When we went to Leaders Retreat, just the energy in that room is amazing. And if you can display that on your team page and be positive and talk about how wonderful this company is, a wholesale person, their ears are going to eventually perk up and be like, why are you all so happy? And look at all these, look at how you're ranking up. Like, what's going on? You can't help but be curious.
It's true. It's true. And they're going to see brand new people come in, they're welcoming, and then they're going to see those people go silver. And then because you're going to say, congratulations, Vicky Silver, congratulations, look, she's now gold. And, so they're going to see, like I saw you go crazy when I joined, and I'm like, okay, follow her, do what she does. And I think they're going to see that, and they're going to go, hey, she joined after me, she joined after me, and I seen that comp plan. I know what money she makes. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. Or she's my same age. I have some people who think, oh, I'm too old, or, oh, I'm too young, or, you have all those things that come in, and you can go, hey, she's doing it. Hey, she's doing it. I can do this. So I agree with that wholeheartedly, to add them. And I tell mine I'm adding them. Yes. Tell my wholesale ambassadors that I'm adding them, and I explain to them why, and I explain to them what they're going to see, and how it's going to be encouraging, and they can ask any questions in that group if they have any questions about the product, because we've all been on the product for a little bit longer than they have, so we can help them. So I explain that to them, and they love it. And I'm slowly, I have mostly wholesale, they stay wholesale, but I'm slowly flipping a couple of them to be active. And just by them watching, watching.
I've had a few customers, and it's exciting because I've had a few customers that I flipped to ambassadors based on whether they're saving money or however they got there. And I would tell them, like, just exactly like you, Jess, like, I think you need to be straight with your people and say, listen, even though you're wholesaling customer, I have a team page. I really want you to be involved with it. You can always ask questions and this and that. And I've had conversations, if you ever feel like you'd like to start sharing, I can help you set up your own group page. And I've had people that have been on for like a few days and be like, all right, how do I do a group page again? Because they're seeing all this noise and they're seeing all this excitement. And who doesn't want to be a part of something amazing? Really? Like, who does not want to be a part of something that is so positive and uplifting and life-changing?
Yeah, I mean that's the business, and then the products, and you have these. So it's like, and you see people all day long, every day, and they're probably looking at these posts, and they're always having a headache. Their allergies are horrible, and they know that this can help them. So that helps go, hey, okay, I'll do the group, because I want to help people. Yes. And even if you're not yellow, I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to help somebody and have the tools in your hands that could help them. that could change their lives. You have her. I think that's something we forget. And we forget a lot of times that, yes, we're sharers, we're shares persons, we're not salespeople, right? But we forget that we have this hope sitting in our hands, this hope of a better you. They could be a better them if we share this with them. So we can't forget that. We can't forget that we have it in our hands, and it's something I think it's our duty to share. It's our duty to tell them, hey, you don't have to be miserable. Yes. You don't have to live in pain. You can be a better you. And I think it's so important that we remember that.
It's so funny.
Side note there.
When we, I can't, her just name just slipped my head. When we had the speaker at Leaders Retreat, like the funny lady.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. But anyway, she said something that cracked me up, but also made me think, because she was very funny and outgoing. And one of the things she said was, I don't know how you all sleep at night knowing that you have all these people to go out and help. And that really rang true to me, because it's like, oh my God, she's right. Like, there are just people. And then whenever I walk into a store, and every time I park into a parking lot, I walk past cars being like, oh my gosh. It's almost like you said, it's our duty. Like, we have these amazing products that cannot be kept a secret, because there are people walking around in pain. They're suffering in some way or another. And we legitimately have this magical thing that will make them feel better. And it's funny when she said that, I don't know how you all sleep at night. It's true. We have a lot of work to do, Plexus people. We have a lot of work to do.
It's true. And if you're not following up, and if you're not posting, and if you're not, you're doing it in service. I mean, you're just not helping those people when you're not doing your job, because gosh, God put us here on this earth for reasons, and He put these tools in our hands for reasons, and we can't take those for granted. We just can't. All right. So I think we could talk about that all night. And but actually we're done. This is our last slide. So
yes, we did very good.
We did good. We have questions, so we'll get to those in a sec. But I say customer service matters.
Absolutely.
Customer service matters. And I always say this almost on every call, that whether you have one ambassador, whether you have one customer, whether you have one fence sitter, you're a leader. You're a leader right now, right today. Your voice matters. You're a leader. You need to dress like it. You need to act like it. You're a leader. And our customer service, how we act, matters. And we don't need to react right now with the back office stuff and with things that we're working on. We need to work on not reacting and remaining positive. But customer service matters. And I think we need to remember that. And you have anything, Terry, you want to iterate on that?
I just agree. And it goes hand in hand almost with follow-up, but your customer service does matter. And I just picked up these adorable little cards at Target. They were like $1, and it said like, hello or thank you. And I think every once in a while, and we talked about this earlier, people crave non-technological ways to communicate. So if you I grabbed a whole stack of them, because I feel like, because of the back office, and because my customers were so patient, and because we went through a lot this month, I'm going to spend some time writing little notes like, thank you so much, or just contacting them in another way that has nothing to do with the computer. I mean, snail mail is like almost like a thing of the past. Like, I still get giddy when I get a letter in the mail, because it's like, oh my God, people still do this. But there's something so wonderful about getting a handwritten note. And it doesn't have to be 6 pages long. It's just a thinking about you, or thank you so much for your patience through this month. I know it was challenging without having your products when you expected it. I really appreciate you being a customer and supporting me. And thank you. That goes such a long way, such a long way. And I suggest, maybe finding a way to reach out to your customers and thank you for holding on tight and believing in me and believing in this company that I wholeheartedly believe in through this tricky month, because I know it wasn't easy being without your products, because we all had customers that didn't get their products. But, that's my plan. That's my plan this weekend.
I love it. I mean, I'm going to go buy note cards. I don't know how many people.
I want to get them. Can I show you? Because they're really cute.
Yeah,
hold on.
I want to see.
I'm sorry. I just was so excited about
I want to see.
All right. These ones are little pink ones. They say hello.
I
And
love it.
someone say thanks. Just a little something. I mean, this little something means so much. And that's usually what it is in life. I mean, we all know that we're all grown-ups and stuff, but most of the things you're going to remember are the little things that you got, not these big, ginormous, elaborate nonsense. Just a note saying that I'm thinking of you, thank you. It's going to mean a lot, and that's huge in customer service right now. And I think that's probably what Tarl is going to be doing, something along the lines that way. We don't know what's coming down the pike, but lead by example. He's going to come out and do something for our customers, which I think is huge and very important.
Very important. And I mean, them being in the trenches and packing the products, I mean, that alone just speaks volumes. Coming from the corporate world, that would never have happened. Where I came from, it would never have happened. But for them to be in the trenches, and really that speaks volumes for our company. Absolutely. So I think we have to speak volumes, right? And I know we are, and I know I was on customer service today, so I know we're doing that for our customers. We're doing that for our ambassadors, and I think it's so important. Really, I have an ambassador who she's under me, but she's like, somebody just signed me and they flipped her. What they did is they flipped her. She was a customer, and they flipped her to be an ambassador. And then once she flipped, that person never talked to her again.
Oh no.
And so I think it's so vital that we remember that, again, with the duty, guys, I'm going to go back to it. It's our job. It's our responsibility to have that customer service with our ambassadors, with our customers, to really put our best face forward and really just give it our all. And put yourself in their shoes for a sec and go, hey, what would make my day? What would be something that would make my day? What would be something that I would need? And again, go back to their colors. Okay, they're yellow. This is what they need.
Yes.
Right? They're green. This is what they need. They're red. This is what they need. Red are different. They need some cash. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm marked. It's fine.
All right. No, I'm just joking. But guys, so just know that and really be a better leader and be that customer service person that you would want. So let's go and answer some questions. You ready, Tara?
I think so.
All right. So what do you suggest if there are not any opportunity meetings around you? I want to answer this. Guess what? You're going to have
to do it in unison. We could do it in unison. You have the opportunity meeting.
Yep.
You do it.
You. Yeah.
You do it. Whether there's an opportunity meeting, starts off small. Mine started off with just my ambassadors, sharing what I learned at Super Saturday. If your opportunity meeting starts off with 3 people, I say I'm building this business one person at a time. So if I legitimately need to have an opportunity meeting with somebody face-to-face over a cup of coffee, then that's my opportunity meeting. You need to be the leader that you want. You want to be that rock star that you are. So if there's no meetings, that means you need to make one.
Yeah. And like she said earlier, you get your loved ones there and you start small and you start with those people who love you. And honestly, what we do with ours, our format is, people are asking, what do we do? So our format is, I share the products usually on everyone I'm at, and I'll share, because I'm quick and I can share them pretty quick with testimonies in them. And then we have a business testimony, and then we'll have a weight loss testimony usually. And then we have a closer, someone who comes in and just closes it all and wraps it all up in a pretty little package and hands it to them. And then that's really our sip and see. They get to share, they get to try the product, they get to try the pink drink, so they get to know what it tastes like. And you may have refreshments. I've been to ones that do it, I've been to ones that don't, and you just go on. But there's really no right, wrong. No, you don't want it to be 3 hours. No. We keep it right at an hour. Boom, we're done. We're done talking. Now, usually people stay and hang out for longer, but we start on time, we end as quick as we can. But that's really a sip and see. You set out your empty bottles and you share your product. I don't know if everybody's pretty much kind of the same. They may do a little bit of a different format, but that's basically it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, we talk about products. We talk about the business opportunity. We let them try the pink drink. We've also had them try the P96 shakes when they were available. We would let them try that too, because I know a lot of people are hesitant and they've tried shakes in the past that are chalky and things like that. So they get little glasses of that. But you're just sharing what the products are, kind of like a brief little overview, what they've done, and then share the business opportunity, because like you signed on just because of the business opportunity. There is someone going to be sitting there like, what? You can do what? Because it's pretty incredible. Once I learned the comp plan, like 8 months in, I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It is. It's second to none.
Yeah, it really is. And so you have to know the different colors are all sitting in front of you, so you kind of have to hit everything.
Yeah, the greens are going to want the information. They're going to want to know what's going on. Where did this come? You will hit upon your bag of Skittles for sure.
Yeah, it's huge. And somebody's saying they need more info. We kind of talked about the host and a sip and see. The online parties, there's actually a very good training call on who's it on? It's on somebody's YouTube. I watched it the other day. I'll have to find who it is and message you, Dee, because it was good. I'll find it. I'm sorry, my brain is not working right now. Actually, it's Shannon. It is Shannon. It's Shannon McCumber. Go to her YouTube. There is one about online parties. That's how I learned to do my online party. I don't know if you have a call, but that's where I learned how to do mine.
We didn't have a call, but one of my ambassadors, actually a few of them did, and they compiled it together. We actually did one as a team. And I think that was really helpful too, because one of the things that you want on your Facebook page and on an event is noise. So when you have a bunch of people on there, no one's really sure of who's an ambassador, who's not, and sharing that information is huge. So if you can get like a power partner or two, maybe if you have a smaller team, get together and say, listen, let's do an online party. You pick a date, you pick an event, and work together. Because we've yelled this all the time, right, Jess? It's one plexus. You're all working together and you're helping each other. And I think that will be a really successful online event, is just to get the noise and the chatter going. Because sometimes you're going to have like silent people sitting there and they're not going to say much. But reading those posts are going to be motivating.
Yeah, and they move really fast. Yes. We had, I think, 4 people that hosted, and we all had the plan. We all had it worked out. We had a separate group where we had it all laid out, the plan. And so we worked it. Again, I don't want to take up too much time. There's a great call, Shannon McCumber. That's how I learned. But it really goes fast. So you have to be on your toes. And the more people you have and the more prepared you are, it's going to go faster. And you want to bump. And even people on my team who weren't hosting it went in and commented. And people don't know. And so it really just kind of made it more exciting. So I agree. Team. We're team. Okay, so here's somebody anonymously asked, where is the line between follow-up and being a stalker? So how do you not be a stalker and follow up? I'll let you answer.
I honestly, I really think you'll know if you're being a stalker or not. I really do. People will tell you in ways that they're not. I will also say, listen, I'm thinking about you. If this gets to the point where you're just not interested, please let me know. And you can always preface that with people. You're just always on my mind. And when I see things like this, I know how this can help you. So if you are always genuine with your posts, and people, like you had said earlier, Jessica, like even you'll IM people, just on something that they posted personally. If you're having an open relationship with somebody, I don't think you're ever going to cross the line as a stalker, because if you're doing it genuinely with an open heart, no one's going to feel pressured and no one's going to feel like you're shoving plexus down their throat.
Yeah, it's back to where you don't be all salesy. You're going to be authentic, because you have to remember. Now, don't not follow up because you don't want to be a stalker. So it's so important to be authentic, and it's so important to be real, but it's so important to follow up because you don't want to be a stalker, and yet you want to put this in front of their face so they understand that this could change their lives.
Yeah.
And it's just like our new thing. It says, what if this could change?
Yes, I wish I had that in my hands.
I know, me too. What if this could change everything? What if it could? And so you have to remember that, and you have to remember that for them. So I don't remember who. So I think it's Celeste one that always says, even a little bit of a nudge door is still an open door. And
Yes.
so even if you've not heard a flat out no, and she even says, even if they say no, the door's still cracked, right? You can still get it open.
It's no,
And,
not now, or no, not this moment, not in this point in my life, or no, not this at this time.
And you have a relationship usually with the people, so you know them, and you just keep building it, and you keep building and growing that relationship. And we talked about it earlier, they're going to come around. They're going to come around. Be authentic. Be authentic. All right, so here's one. What do you guys use as an opener when messaging about a post you saw, a reference to allergies or pain or whatever you think Plexus could help with? So how do you open that kind of conversation up?
Again, this is all, nothing's a cookie cutter with this. Just you're building, your relationship with them, but you can start very authentic. Like, hey, I just saw you posted this. I'm so sorry that you're suffering, and it's the truth. My husband, it's all authentic what I'm saying. My husband used to suffer so badly during the summer. He would be sneezing, he'd be coughing. He has not had one sinus infection since we started Plexus. I truly believe in my heart this is something that you could help you with. If you'd like to know more, I'd love to talk to you about it. And just be honest. I just think that's how you have to be. I have something that may help you. If you want me to share it with you, I'd love to. Right?
I think so too. And I think you'll know by whoever it is that you're doing it. Some of you are going to go, hey, chick, look, you got to do this stuff. You can be straightforward with some people, you know you can. And because that's your relationship with that person.
Yes.
And it goes back to the authentic and genuine. So some people you're going to have to kind of ease into it and be gentle with. But again, back to the colors too. You really need to know their colors so you know what to say.
Be like, lady, you've been seeing me post on Plexus. Like, I posted about this. When are you ready to try now that you've been suffering? Like, it's true. You know your relationship with your friends. I'm being the nice, like, oh, la la la. But you can tell your friends, what are you waiting for? Really? What do you have to lose? It's 60 days. You don't like it, you get it back. Like, the way you can speak to your girlfriends and your friends and be straight with them.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing we do with MLMs is we forget kind of who we are, and we think we have to turn into someone else as a salesperson, or it's my job, I'm a sales. No, guys, you have to be authentic, and you have to be who you are. God created you for a reason, and he created your mind, and he created your personality for a reason. So you have to be you. You have to be you, and that's your biggest tool. You're your biggest tool, and you need to use you. Now you need to grow you, but that's not this call. But you need to grow you, and you need to grow into a better you. But you need to be you. That's your biggest tool. All right, that was a freebie, guys. All right. Her name was Rita Davenport. Thank you, Sally.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and I remember Davenports don't do that. I should have remembered Davenports. She was great.
Yeah, she really was. All right. Oh, can you give the name of the book of the colors again?
I should have this off the top of my head. Multi-level, the color personalities for multi-level marketing. I wonder if I can pull it up. I highly suggest you read it. Jessica knows now. I read quickly. But this is a quick read. And
4 color personalities of multi-level.
Four color personalities for multi-level marketing. I have to say, I liked that they give you little quick little blurbs of like what to look for, because they gave you like stories of people, but it's like, when you'll know this person is a yellow because A, B, C, and it's like, all right, I know a few of those, and and you'll start looking at people in your lives and be like, oh, you're this. Because it's very concrete, but it's so important. It's so important to your business.
I love it. All right. And to use it, don't just read it, use it.
No, absolutely. You need to apply. That's part of working on a better you, isn't it, Jess? You got to take, apply, and move. Learn and grow.
Totally I'm telling you, that's a whole nother call. But we can go on forever about that one. But that is literally our last question.
I'm so excited. I was so happy to be on this call. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody's out there figuring out when they're planning their first sip and see, that you're on Amazon or getting your Kindle, getting your book. That's it. It's your duty. There's people craving, needing, and needing this product so badly. So it's your duty to share. That's it.
Put the sticky up on your wall. Put it in front of you. Host a sip and see. And don't say, I'm going to do it in the first of the year. No, guys. Come on, like 2 weeks. Do it. Let's do it. A week and a half. Come on.
Get them through the holidays. Let's go. Now's your time.
Yeah, just call your family, call your cousins, say, come over, hang out. I have to practice sharing, and let's go for it, because I'm telling you, I love this. And I really think this right here could change your business. It changed hers. Look at her. Look at Tara. I mean, it changed hers. This right here. And who's going to Super Saturday? I hope everybody's hands are up.
Hands are raised, right? Yelling.
You have to go. You have to go. They're raising their hands. Apparently, raise your hands.
I want to hear it. That's perfect. It will change your business. It will change your life. They say people who show up, go up. So all of you that are on the call right now, you're in the process of going up because you're on listening and you're growing yourself. So I congratulate you all for doing that.
Absolutely. They say, keep talking, Tara. They love your accent. I agree.
You know what I said too when they had the opportunity meeting in Newark, and I laughed and I told Tara, I'm like, so can we get some like New Yorkers on the wait time call? I just want to hear, like, who needs a cup of coffee? We don't need our coffee anymore, right? I got my pink drink. It replaced my coffee. I think we need that. I think we need a few New Yorkers. We need some New Englanders up on the call.
I agree. I think that I'm going to have one on every single call from now on. I had one last week, and sneak peek, there'll be one on next week. I already know what next week is, so there'll be one on next week. So I kind of like it too. I have this hick. I say y'all all the time.
I love it though. For me, it's fun. I love it. I do.
I love yours. Just keep talking. Everybody was talking everybody up. All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad we had 54 people keep hanging on, but we had a lot. We had a lot of people come on, and we had a lot of content. So this is recorded, and I didn't have to splice it like the last one, ladies. So it should get on really quickly on our Rockin' group. So be watching for it. And Tara, you're like a sister. I love you to death, and you are fabulous. And guys, she is a sweetheart. She really is a sweetheart, and she's fabulous. If you're not following her, follow her, watch her, really do. And I'll have you on again, because you are amazing. And thank you for saying yes to me. Thank you.
You filled my heart. Thank you so much. Let's lock arms. We're running to Diamond. Maui 2016, baby.
We are going. Y'all better be there with us, guys. Y'all better be there with us. All right, guys. We love y'all. Happy Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.